In today's video, I'm going to be trying to make my own glide bait and then go fishing with it and try and catch a fish on it. Alright, so this is what I'm working with. I got 2 pieces of wood. This is going to be my reference that I'm going to put on there. Like that, and then I'm going to trace these and then go cut them out, sand them, and then paint them or whatever is after that. Alright, I got the lure traced on here. Now this is going to be like skinnier and stuff because I'm going to go on the inside of the line for all this. And then after that, I'm going to kind of like round everything off how I want it to because this is pretty thick still. Okay, so I have all my pieces cut out. These 2 are the main ones that I'm going to use because this one's not cut very straight and this one has a little chunk missing out of the side of it. So I'm just going to use these 2. Now I'm going to ignore that line, but I'm going to draw a line pretty much down the middle of this and then figure out what parts I need to shave down on the sides to make it more round and defined. And then I'll do the same thing for this. And then after I do that, I'm going to make a way for these 2 pieces to connect, but still be able to like swivel around like this one. And then I'll sand them down and stuff and make them smoother and then probably paint them. Alright, well, I just threw on some kind of reference lines that I'm going to use. So now I'm going to take a knife and whittle them down some. Okay, so I've cut them all down and sanded them. Now they're all smooth, like pretty nice. Now I'm just going to figure out how to connect them and then paint them probably. And I also got to figure out a way to put weight in these because they're like really light compared to this. Alright, so I just connected the 2 pieces together and I added the eyelet thing and it moves pretty well. Okay guys, so I've added a tail to it and some gills. Oh, I kind of just drew them on there. And then I have some weights in the bottom that are glued in there so that it'll weigh it down some more. But it's starting to look a lot better. Anyway, I'm grabbing the reference right now for it. It's caught up in this clip thing. Alright, so this is the reference I've been using, and this is what this is looking like so far. I think it's looking pretty good. And then in the morning, I'm gonna paint this and add the hooks and stuff. And I think for the paint, I'm either gonna go with a bluegill color, kind of like this one, a baby bass color, or a shad color. Here I was working on airbrushing. I laid down just a white base coat and then added some yellow, green, blue, and then purple. Here's the glide bait after I was done painting it, and I put a layer of clear coat on it. What is up, guys? We currently have the glide bait tied on. Now, it looks alright. It was my first time ever airbrushing, so let's see what the action is like. Alright, so it halfway sinks, which isn't bad. Holy, I already got tangled up. Well, that's not good. I already have it tangled up. Alright, so this thing is definitely going to be hard to fish with. And I think my paint is already coming off. I don't know if that's paint or what, but yeah. Okay, so it really doesn't want to go the other way, but okay, I mean, it's not horrible, but it kind of just wants to roll off to the side. Alright, well, I'm gonna start fishing with it. Okay, so it doesn't really have the best action, but I'm just gonna hope that it works. And there's a wasp right there, too. hope I don't get stung. Alright, bro, if I lose this, I'm gonna be mad. So I think it kind of works. It wants to sink. Okay, guys, I'm not even lying right now. I didn't catch it on camera, but I don't care. A fish is a fish, bro. Hold on. Alright, here's the glide bait. Ow. I'm hooked. Glide bait and then bass. It's like the smallest bass ever. I cut his tail. I don't even know how, but I did. And I hooked him in the side of the face. Alright, let's give him a release. Alright, this is the unlucky guy. You can see the blood, bro. I don't know why he's bleeding so much. Anyway, swam off perfectly fine. Alright, well, my lure kind of broke. That screw came out. So I think I'm gonna just call it quits before this lure breaks even more. I mean, this thing broke on a little bass. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even want a hook set on a big bass. Anyway, that's the lure. I'm gonna cut it off because I'm not gonna use it anymore. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Okay, guys, I kind of went on a side mission, and I killed a coon. Now, it is just a baby, but they have been going in our sunroom and eating all the cat food and stuff, so we've been trying to trap them and take care of them. And now, I just got lucky, and I was walking back up from the pond to go to the house, and he was walking right in my path. So I went over to the shed, grabbed my shotgun, and this, like, dove load or something here. Whatever this is, that's what I used. Alright, well, this is the coon. I'm going to cut his tail off because I want it, but yeah, that's a coon. Alright, I know you guys are on the ground, but still. Alright, now I'm going to cut his tail off. Alright, there's his little tail. Alright, had to go on a little side quest, but anyway, that will be the end of the video. So see you guys in the next one.